All right, welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got my boy them Walter and Sam. And as usual, we talking everything West Indies cricket. Fellas, what should have been a more competitive three-match series ended up with Bangladesh thoroughly beating us today. I don't think there was a facet of our game that we did well today. I don't think that we competed in any facet of the game today, and ultimately ended up losing the series. I overall I wondered in the match today. I wondered about our approach. Did we have a real plan? Because the way how it looked, it seemed as though we just came out there and we went through the motions. It's like we were hoping that the series that we couldn't wait for the last ball to be bowled in the match. That's what it looked like. You know, Walter, you mentioned earlier about your thoughts on the game. You wanna talk a little bit more about it?
Yeah. Well, as I started, I woke up as the morning and I tell you, I ain't missing no sleep for West Indies cricket. I've done a lot of that. When I started score and I saw it was um actually I watched it from the start. Yeah. Like from the second over. One of the things that happened, we actually again is like we keep doing little things wrong. Like you guys would not have known, but there was a catch. We could have broken the partnership very early. There's a catch that went to the slip and it was basically like a second slip instead of
Mm-hmm.
being a first slip, right? And so yeah, and so that's one of the first half a chase because he opened the bowling like very
Yeah.
early, thinking like in the fourth over, I think that happened. But as you said, Kevin, I looked and they were not doing the lines were wrong. The energy was they lacked energy, and it goes back to what I'm saying, what I was saying. It's like I really think that Mr. Sammy is last, like he has lost the dressing room, but we can talk more about that. It just don't seem like the fellas, and I've been noticing this since England. It's just like they're just going through the motions, like every single time, like they just like, and I think I don't know if Sammy's too much like from behind it. Like there was a picture of Sammy and there was a picture of a picture. The camera turned to Sammy, and then the camera turned to Phil Simmons, and Phil Simmons was his normal cool self. But Sammy was. I still think Sammy think he's the. Here what happened. I'll say this. I think Sammy does not realize that he is now the coach of the West Indies team and not the captain.
He might be having some difficulty transitioning.
I see Sammy smiling there.
Oh gosh. It's like a zombie or a duppy, as they say in Jamaica. No, I'm not calling Darren Sammy a duppy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, it's like, folklore would say it's like the man don't know that he dead, so he's still coming home. That's the image in my head when you said the man don't know that he's no longer the captain. I think it's evident. That's the case. And in fact, that was one of the issues raised on Mason and Guest on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Darren Sammy's micromanaging of the team. And it makes me wonder what is happening behind the scenes. We seeing the when the game is in session,
Yeah.
but what about outside of the game now? Is he doing more than is necessary? And should he, instill some confidence by stepping back? Because look, our lads are under pressure.
Tremendous pressure.
Just being okay, you have to win this game because you're trying to get into the World Cup to qualify without having to play in that with all the associates
Yeah,
and what have
the
you, right?
qualifiers.
The qualifiers, So there's pressure on them there. And then there's the additional pressure that, oh, we're not doing right by coach, man. It's like,
Mm.
coach, man, the coach shouldn't be living in their heads, right? So I don't know, but I'll tell you all my story. So I got papers to grade. So I'm thinking, boy, you know what? I should stay up, don't sleep, and just grade my papers and have the
Watch the
thing in the
game.
background, right? Because with the internet provider, they actually provide an app so I can get the game right at
Fingertips.
my computer. I don't need to go and put on the TV or anything like that,
Yeah.
In any case, though, I went to bed maybe around 12 or so. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pull an all-nighter. My alarm goes off as it normally does at 5 o'clock. First thing is like, score. Gentlemen, I saw 211 for two. I said, okay, all right, yeah. When I checked the overs now, I saw, was it 35
30
overs
something.
and four? Yeah. I said, what? I shut off the alarm and I did not come out of the bed because this morning, Joshua didn't have to go to school. So, well, he went to school, but he went to school online because
Yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
hurricane,
Yeah.
impending hurricane or what have you, right? But gentlemen, I won't lie. When I saw that score and more importantly, the amount of overs, it was a wrap from that point. I had no hopes of West Indies winning after what I saw at 5 o'clock Jamaica time.
I told Kevin the exact same thing, and he said the same thing. I realized that we lost from the minute
I
I,
when
yeah.
I woke up and I checked the score because it was 140 something without loss.
Mm.
I immediately said to myself, we're going to lose this game. I immediately said we were going to lose this game. And I didn't I went about, I prepared myself for work. I went into work. On the drive to work, I didn't check anything, right? And then when I went into work, I brought up YouTube and I watched from there. I watched the ending of the Bangladesh. I'll give West Indies this. Based on that score that Bangladesh were when I woke up, you would have expected them to put up at least anything between 350 and 400.
That was a projected score.
Right.
Right.
So
yeah.
kudos to West Indies for keeping them
pulling it back.
Yeah, kudos. So if they would have done anything right today, it was pulling it back. I thought Akil Hussein bowled well. Atenes had another good spell, right? So yeah, kudos to the guys for keeping it under 300. And you would think to yourself, okay, 300, Bangladesh chanced their arm and they got to 296. You don't have to do anything special. Try to take the game as far as possible, losing as not much wickets. And then you chance your arm after. That's the approach that I thought we would have taken with this game. After the Bangladesh had batted and they made 296, I'm like, okay, on this pitch, it's a competitive total, very, very competitive total. Many teams, as we spoke of earlier before we started recording, would struggle, right? Many teams would struggle on that wicket. But I don't think it was a score that was beyond us. Given the talent that we have, right? Given the talent that we have, I don't think it was beyond us. What?
I'll say it.
Go ahead, Walter.
Alec Atenes, third dismissal, LBW. But you were making a point. Sorry, I cut you. Continue, sir.
That is right where I was going. When I saw how Atenes came out and his approach to the chase, I'm like, do we even have a plan here? Right? because he was all over the place. What are you really trying to do? The pitch is black and loose. It required a lot more thought as to how you were going to go after these runs. The way I saw it was the ball needed to be good, needed to be placed played in the V's and straighter a whole lot more. He got out to a delivery that he needed to play back down the ground. Brandon King got out to a delivery that he needed to play back down the ground. Akeem Ogis got out to a delivery that he needed to play back down the ground. Shea Hope got out to a delivery that he needed to play back down the ground.
Because this King tried to cut.
Yeah,
after successfully cutting, and he had a 4 before the ball.
Yeah,
before,
he
right?
cut the ball off the stumps, and it went.
Which itself was risky, but it's like, all right, it worked.
Yeah, he got through it.
Is this the same kind of shots like the sweep? So as Kevin's saying, and we said it in the last episode, they should play in the V.
Yeah,
that's what you should be doing. And if you realize,
check it though, King likes that third man area generally.
Yeah, it's
not a pitch.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, at that time,
but
you see, but yeah, sorry, Walter.
You see, it's not where your love is a lot of times, and I know that, but you have to make adjustments, and that's what makes the good cricketers different from a above average to great cricketer. That they are able to make adjustments depending on the situation, reading the situation. There is Tendulkar. Remember the innings that Tendulkar played when he didn't play like a pull shot? He was having problems. I can't remember.
You probably have to find the match and let me take.
Yeah, there was a thing. He was having problems, and I think he just cut out one aspect. Exactly. My point is just saying is that you're able to do that. Just don't play certain shots, and he was able to make a big 100. Yeah. My point is that, as you said, play in the V, take it as close as possible, and see what happens.
But Walter, which brings me to a point, and Kevi, you talk about making adjustments. Making adjustments as a batter comes more naturally in the longer format of the game. Because for you, look, and this is my understanding of it. You playing red ball cricket, right? It calls for a lot more concentration. It calls for a lot more adjustment. It's like every over. Okay, Kevy bowled to me 2 overs before. He's now, Kevy bowl, Walter bowl, Kevy back again. I got to know it's like a new battle. It's a one war, right? But it's a different battle now. Yeah. Kevy coming back, and he's going to try to do something different now. I faced, maybe some things worked in the previous OV bowl to me. All right. He's going to try that ball again, maybe a few times. I know I have to adjust to that. You see? And I think in test cricket or your 4-day, whatever, it lends itself more to you, for you to survive out there like a Chandimal or a Lara or a Tendulkar. You have to be able to make the adjustments. Is how I understand it.
And it's not you're spot on, right? But there's also this is not T20 cricket. This is 50 over cricket. You have time. 300 deliveries.
Yeah.
300 deliveries is a long time. You understand? Yeah. Now here's my issue. We knew what the Bangladeshis were trying to do. They were going to bowl straight, stump to stump. That's what they did today. They bowled stump to stump. Because they understand the West Indians are going to try to go across the line. You miss, I hit. Now, you're armed with this information with 2 matches previous. You're armed with this information. That's all they've done, bowl stump to stump. And you couldn't adjust. That is what saddened me today. You couldn't make the adjustment. You've seen this. You've gotten 2 previews. Here's the final thing. Okay, I know what you're trying to do. This is how I'll combat it. I'll go straight back down the ground. That ball that Atanes played across the line too, had he came and just lifted, it would have sailed into the stands easily. Sailed into the stands. Akeem Ogis got a ball that he could have just worked off his hips.
He shouldn't be playing. Yeah,
Sorry?
I think you say he shouldn't be. I said he should, but I don't have a problem either way. You understand? I typically would have liked to see Amir Jangu there because I thought he was best equipped for this kind of condition. Right?
I agree.
I thought Jangu was best equipped for this kind of condition. So there is where Sammy missed a trick. I thought he missed a trick.
You know, going through Wally head, right? Kings.
Super Kings. Connection.
That's what I'm looking at him and it's like
you can see Millen, right?
Yeah,
nepotism.
The nepotism, you know.
In similarity.
I'm kidding.
Similarity in West Indies cricket.
You know. But yeah.
Kev, I'll say something that I was just reversing a little. I tell you, Moti game falling away. Moti looking ordinary, fellas.
I am saddened. Here's why I'm saddened. What I saw Moti did in the CPL, how he bowled, he slowed it up, he trusted his stuff.
But he still wasn't good enough then.
There's a couple of matches in the CPL where he wasn't good enough. But there were some big moments where he came up trumps. And I go back to that St. Lucia Kings game where he made one of the best T20 batsmen in the world look stupid, absolutely stupid. And you know how he did that? He flighted the ball.
Yeah.
Tim David had no clue what was going on. You understand me? Almost, where's the... Veerasamy Parmar, Mahendra Nagamutu, now Moti. All three of them have struggled with the same thing. All successful at the first class level. And when it comes to international cricket, the minute they get a little bit of tap, they get scared. It's the mentality. Maybe somebody needs to give Moti a little tape with Shane Warne. Shane Warne talking, giving commentary, and talking about, as a spinner, you've got to expect to get some tap. Right? Because you're a spinner. People are naturally going to take a liking to this slower stuff. And they're going to get through more often than not. But all you need is one ball. One ball. Moti there were so many sharp balls I saw from Moti over the duration of this series. Halfway down the half trackers.
Yeah, that's a perfect, yes. Lot of half trackers. And then trying it in too fast and everything.
On that pitch that's asking for you to slow it down.
He doesn't need, because listen to, remember that ball that he bowled Stokes with?
Yeah. Brilliant.
That's how he needs to
right
play.
There.
That's how he needs to play. He doesn't have to get that ball, but the idea, as you said.
Yeah.
The method, the process behind that.
Exactly. He doesn't trust the process. That's the thing.
Those quicker ones supposed to be wicket taking deliveries, or the fast one because it'll be like a LBW or whatever. Because
just to keep the batsmen off balance, right? Just to keep them off balance. So,
question: is Nikita Miller out there?
No, I haven't seen him. I didn't see him in the when they listed the squad and the touring party in the whole thing. I didn't see his name.
So it's just Rampal out there.
Rampal, Griffith, Reefer.
No, I mean I'm talking on the bowling end.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would, how much of a difference it would make. I don't know. But I'm wondering now if we could have swapped out Rampal for, say, Nikita Miller. Given that we know going down to Bangladesh what the deal would be. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching here. And maybe I'm biased too.
No, you need your arm weight name. You need your pace bowling coach. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah.
You
And
need
the
The
fact
reason
is
why,
that he's a bowling coach per se because he understands bowling
yeah.
generally, fine.
generally. And
Because, when we look at the support staff, is a set of men out there, fellas.
Yeah, it's a
Was
lot.
he like was he like 11 men deep?
It's a big staff that West Indies are going around with. Yeah, but generally, it's been a disappointing series. We even tried our best to lose the game a couple of days ago. We tried really hard, really hard to lose that game. 90 something for two, chasing 213.
My conclusion on the match is like West Indies tried everything to give it away, including the super over with all
Including
them,
this, when Akeem
extras,
Hussein went
right?
and bowled them wides and no balls, and I thinking to myself, what is really going on here? You know?
It's like the
and
guards were with us that day. It's like, nope, you're not
Yeah.
losing this.
the funny thing is that this series supposed to be 2-1 West Indies.
Yeah, it was supposed to be in two. We were supposed to, at the minimum, the first two games. You understand? You were 51 in the first game. You were
We
51
are
without loss.
51 without loss, and then you give it away.
In little bit overs. Now you got
Mm.
like torture something overs to make 100 and something runs. Push the ball
Guys,
around.
guys, do you think that the micromanager Sammy micromanaging this team is affecting them? Because it just seems that the energy is so low. Is it the fact that we've been losing and the culture of losing is
It's it,
so
it's it,
pervasive?
I think it's
It's
a
more than
combination
one
of
thing.
things.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a combination of things. You
They're
know,
tired. They're tired from playing so much of cricket.
there's people, there's tired minds. You understand? Because men been playing non-stop cricket. A lot of these players been playing since July. You understand? Non-stop. A lot of these players been playing.
But here's a question, guys. Did Darren Sammy invite Phil Simmons to talk to the players after the series? I thought that's the new thing now, right? You invite the opposition
Invite
coach to talk to
the opposition coach to the
to
dressing room.
talk to the guys.
Give them a pep talk.
Yeah, I don't
Let
know.
them know that
Seriously,
West Indies don't need the cricket world. The cricket world needs West Indies.
yeah. I still meditating on the one. I might need to start smoking weed now to figure out the one there. But anyway,
You got to trot bubble. You got to trot up the bubble hill.
Get
right.
the good stuff. Give me the weed, the good ganja.
What about it up?
Yeah, but no, seriously, maybe Phil Simmons should have gone, and I think he would have accepted the invitation.
Listen, I think in that regard, I don't think there needs to be an invitation. I think naturally being a West Indian, Phil
He
would
probably did it already.
have sat and had conversations with
Yeah,
the guys, and just because they played for him recently, right? Some of those players played for him recently, and
yeah.
during the past, so they would have sat and had good conversations, and Phil would have passed on, whatever pieces of wisdom he had about how you operate in Bangladesh.
Right.
I don't think
But
he
do
was
you
afraid
do
to
you
do
do
that.
you think do you think the Phil Simmons factor was of course it had an input, but was it a decisive or deciding factor
I'll tell you what, a few,
preparing to play the West Indies and
I think it
beating
was
them
the
convincingly?
2015 World Cup, was it? Phil Simmons was the Irish coach. And if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
mistaken, Ireland beat West Indies in that tour,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
I strongly believe Phil Simmons knows how to beat West Indies. I think his intimate knowledge of West Indian players and their psyche and their
The culture of the West
the culture
Indies.
of the West Indies, I think he knows it and he employs it, right? And it more often than not, he comes out trumps, right? Because listen, when I've seen them pan to Phil Simmons several times during this series, and he's the coolest thing. He's just sitting there. Even when Bangladesh is in trouble, the expression is the same, right? He just sits there and he's watching, and he kind of let everything unfold. You know, unlike our coach who is sitting there and remonstrating and doing all kinds of things.
We call this thing with it. We see it at them gas station.
That's the
balloons that they inflate.
No, the air man.
Yeah, it's a balloon there, kind of the same thing. Yeah, specific.
Do you know who invented that?
Who?
That was invented by a Guyanese.
Oh, really?
Good stuff. His name will come to me just now, but he left Guyana like around 10 or something, right? And went to Trinidad. So at the Atlanta Olympics, he would have invented that airman or whatever you call it. His name will come to me in a bit.
Yeah, why Kobe Bryant grandfather is a Guyanese too.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Peter Minshall. How could I forget? Yeah.
Okay.
On top of our fans, we learned something new today. The thing that Darren Sammy imitates was invented by a Guyanese named Peter Minshall.
Yeah. Who the Trinis have now taken for their own.
Who the Trinis have now taken to as one of their own.
Yeah, well.
Right? But fellas, disappointing series. The T20 series starts on, I think it's Saturday morning. The boys have got to pick themselves up. I would hope that, more importantly, I would hope that Shamar would have made his way to England, would have gotten there, sitting with a specialist right now. He was supposed to. That was the reason why he's been withdrawn from the squad, because over the horizon, in just a matter of days, you got to say, West Indies are coming up against New Zealand, right?
I see something.
Some kind of magic has to be worked to get Shamar back on the park.
Yeah, fellas. Here's my good news for today. The West Indies senior women team has begun an intensive 8-week training camp in Antigua.
In Antigua.
As they prepare for a landmark year in 2026, featuring 6 tours, 15 ODIs, a test match, and the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. So I'm happy that they're actually doing something.
Honestly, fellas, we cuss at the cricket, cricket West Indies or what have you, but say for whatever concerns we raise from time to time, you still see some amount of effort, at least in terms of tournaments. And we know there's been a cutback in regional 4-day and what have you, but
listen,
as far as possible, we Caribbean people, we need to support them.
I'll tell you what.
We can.
In the last 6 years, I have seen more done to get West Indies cricket back to where it needs to be. As opposed to the previous 30-odd years. You understand? You can we can sit and cuss Kishore Shallow how much we want.
Yeah.
Right now, Kishore Shallow is doing groundwork. You understand me? What they have to do, right? And whatever work that him and Chris Daring and company are doing, we're not going to see the fruits of that probably for the next 10 years. People need to understand that. You understand me? This is something that was started by Ricky Skerritt.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
You understand me? Everybody got a people that they like. But what I saw from Skerritt, what I've seen from Kishore Shallow in terms of trying to get things done from an administrative level and to let that impact stuff on the field, we didn't see what's his name? Ricky Skerritt. We didn't see that. People can say Dave Cameron can say whatever he wants to say. He's part and parcel of the reason why West Indies cricket is where it is right now.
True.
You understand me? So, at the end of the day, you have to look big picture. You have to. Because what a lot of people are doing is nitpicking at this and that and that and that, but they ain't looking at the whole thing that is going on.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
I
There's a
think
lot.
I'm a little more lenient when it comes to Cameron, you know.
Oh yeah.
I remember writing to the Jamaica Gleaner when, one of the major reasons I had with Cameron is him mouthing off at different points and, you know. Anyway,
So I'll tell you this.
but what I would say though, right? When we think about what he would have done in terms of, okay, players can actually be paid. So it's like you have a job and you train and you have the contracts and what have you. So what I would say is this, where our cricket is, it is bad. We understand. And so even though every administration, there are things they can say, boy, they're still not doing this, they're still not doing that. But little things they would have done would
Sammy,
have helped in some
Sammy,
way or form.
Sammy,
My view. Got through.
Sammy, you
We
get
can
this
agree to
girl.
disagree.
You get this girl, right?
Uh,
She named Patsy. You love Patsy, right? Right, Kevin? He was a poor man. I think I'm speaking in hypothetical. And
Yeah.
Patsy, and you went to university, you work hard, and Patsy bring you out, and Patsy put in a big fancy house,
mm,
right? But yet Patsy's beat you up, and she got about 10 man with you, right? Is she the, but Patsy bring you out of the poverty. Give you a little money, right?
Point taken.
So me calling the fella name because he likes sue people. But
But we won we won a World Cup, no? The
Listen.
man was said as
listen to me. Listen to me. I could have captained the World Cup team,
uh,
or you could have captained the World Cup team. I batting 11. However, anybody could have captained the team. Yeah, I tell you,
the Marlon Samuels of the world and the Gales.
they had enough people on the team. I'm just being facetious, right? It was the T20 World Cup. That game again. If you see the history of it,
Yeah.
when they started, we were built fit. You see what happened? We
Well,
just
no,
get left behind everything.
yeah. But to get back
So
to that now, that would be the true.
a lot of times
Point taken.
we have not
Mm,
as Kevi said, we have not done a lot in terms of the people who ran West Indies cricket for the last however. They had very big egos and they thought, and Darren Sammy actually said it, they think that people go to watch them. They're never the product. Right? How much time you see Adam Silver? What name is that? Or go there the other fellas.
When they hand out the trophy.
But you know what stuff them in is do behind the scenes. You could be a kingmaker. You don't have to be the king. The problem in West Indies because we were people that were beaten down so much. We always want to be at the front light and the limelight. And when we don't get the chance, we get these hissy fits and we behave miserable and we cuss out and we abuse out and we vex with people. And that has been our problem as Caribbean men. We get too much anti-moral mentality.
True leaders, they empower and you never really see them. You understand me? They're in the background and they doing all they need to do. All the poking and prodding they're doing. You understand me?
I'm gonna say something. Kevin, can I say something that pisses everybody off to toward that point? This is not a political show. I am no way in promoting anybody. I am not promoting please people. I ain't torn. That is not my color. I am minding my business. But I'll say this. There was an election in Guyana. There's a reason why a political party won. who is the kingmaker and who is the king? Who has the power? Read between the lines. People, that is why smart people make decisions. People honest. People say, I ain't supporting nobody. I ain't going against them because I want to go home.
I supporting everybody.
I
Sega,
support
McCullough
everybody.
said.
Me end up like Melly Mel. When
It's only blue. I ain't got to the back there though. I got.
yeah, we gotta get it blue.
Can't
Anyway,
get purple somebody.
Oh, for
yeah. I will get me purple.
Forward movements. Forward movements. Forward movements.
But yeah, y'all understand my point.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So in the various territories, people have got to understand what is more important, and what is more important is the cricket. You understand? There's no reason why administrators should become more or seek to become more visible than the players. There's no reason. Anyways, fellas, good catching up with y'all. West Indies take a beating in Bangladesh this morning, lost the series. I think now the Bangladeshis have gone ahead of us. We have flip-flop positions in the World Cup standings, head in the point standings heading towards the World Cup. West Indies have got their work cut out. They head to New Zealand pretty soon. But before that, there's the T20 series that takes place, that kicks off on Saturday morning. I'll watch. I'm not too interested, but I'll just watch because it's West Indies playing. Right? I don't know about you guys, but one love, fellas. It always in we blood.
Before you go, guys, I don't know if they have updated this thing. I would think they would have, but West Indies are actually ahead
Still
79,
ahead.
76. Well, we're at number 9 and Bangladesh at number 10 with 76. And both West Indies and Bangladesh would have played 38 matches. England in number 8 with 88 points and 88 rating.
Yeah, it's
and they have 37 matches. So in terms of the points, forgive me, the points for West Indies is 29.88 and Bangladesh it's 28.82.
Okay, so I'm thinking that victory that we had a couple of days ago might have had an impact in the
yeah, because they were
because we 3-0 them in the Caribbean, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we get 4, they get 8.
Yeah.
So it would, I don't think, if they had beaten us 3-0, but then I think they would have passed us. Yeah, they were probably the going to take, because I think they had, Let's see what happens.
All right, fellas.
Cool.
Catch up next time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next time we sit and record. One love.
Cool.